So this was a particular moment when William Burroughs died. Of course, I was in a cab with him, and in Tangier, he liked to drink Coca-Cola and vodka together, which was not a bad way to get boo. And after a couple of those drinks, which I shared with him, we took a cab and it went around a twisting road, and suddenly William came sliding down the seat and pressed me against the other side of the car by the natural gravitation, of the way the car was moving. You see what I mean? So anyway, I was riding in the bus. Oh, also I realized when his body came against mine, in that taxi cab, that guy was solid metal. That's what they talk about heavy metal. And even once when I realized it the first time in Paris, in a certain restaurant in the Grégoire de la Tour, that street, where you sit at tables, So we were sitting sort of slightly cat's cradle across each other, but I was watching him eat, which was incredible, to watch him eat. It was like watching the Tin Man attack a steak, with a knife and fork. And then when he put it in his mouth, I could feel it was like oil. The joints started moving. And at the end of the whole meal, he said to the waiter, in an inimitable accent, he said, "Un autre tarte de framboise, s'il vous plaît." So when he died, I was in this bus coming up Amsterdam Avenue, and I thought, I have to write something. I know William just died. It's like when you're a poet, you have to take care of this kind of work sometimes. I've had a lot of it. Not everyone sticks to those things, but I couldn't help it. But this is the way the poem came out. I thought of it as just a note to myself in the notebook. I had no idea that it was a poem. I didn't feel up to the task, actually. Sometimes it's like that. That's the best sex I ever had, actually, when I thought it was nothing. Boy, the other person thought something else totally. I don't know. Life is weird, Hail and farewell. Ave atque vale. Farewell, Burroughs, Ginsberg, Hunky, and Leary too. We who are about to die salute you. If in every eye blink there exists a potential eternity, maybe there will still be time to clean up and even go beyond. Luckily, it isn't too crowded where you are, considering the immensity of the population. You have no more body, and spirit lives in infinite space. Say hello to Geisen, will you? And wear your last names proudly. This is Cohen talking, and I'm very glad to say, even after radiation, this is a particularly splendid day. Mother Earth and Father Sky grant you what your efforts surely do confer. Return to that light which once you knew, before you wrote yourself out of this human zoo.
Okay. An incredible, great, and miraculous friend and supporter of the Amsterdam beat scene, so to say, Yarra Cohen.
Here are some things from something I wrote once when I was here. I'm going to read just a few excerpts. I don't want to go on too long. From an Amsterdam diary. Boats and bridges, blue eyes of the harbor masters, frozen ice and webbed feet. One must be careful at the circle's edge. Instead of getting new glasses, it would be better to put on a blindfold. Let's see here. Then, okay, they have now the Cohen float. I took that very personally, and my name is Ida Cohen, you know that. Sensory deprivation of the type encountered during prolonged voyages at sea may produce altered states of unconsciousness. Well, you can also have a float there. I don't get a commission. I saw it looked like a very, kind of claustrophobic tank, and I thought it was too small for you after all these years. Yeah, okay. And then I want just to finish with a poem I usually read at the beginning of a reading for a special friend and fan who won't let me get out of here unless I read this poem. Imagine Jean Cocteau in the lobby holding a torch. Imagine a trained dog act, a rock and roll band. Imagine I am Curly of the Three Stooges, disguised as William Shakespeare. Imagine that I am the cousin of the mayor of New York, or the king of Nepal. I didn't say Napoleon. Imagine what it is like to be in the glare of hot lights when you are longing for dark corners. Imagine the Ghost Patrol, the tribal orchestra. Imagine an elephant playing a harmonica, or someone weighing out bones on the edge of the desert in Afghanistan. Imagine that these poems are recorded moments of temporary sanity. Imagine that the clock was just turned back or forwards 100 years instead of an hour. Let us pretend that we have no place to go, that we are here in the cosmic hotel, that our bags are packed, and that we have 1 hour to checkout time. Imagine whatever you will, but know that it is not imagination, but experience which makes poetry, and that behind every image, behind every word, there is something I am trying to tell you, something that really happened.
She was the one who introduced me, and after that, I moved into his loft for 6 months.
I thought it was 6 years.
Oh, well, who could count?
Never clean my linoleum.
We ended up going to India instead of staying in the loft.
Yeah, we did.
Good move.
We didn't go together, but we kept bumping into each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Sort of like
Almost was
Bob
like
Hope and Bing Crosby. I was big.
I don't remember everything, and I'm really glad I don't.
You remember enough.
I remember more than enough, and what I don't remember, I really won't.
I remember you.
Oh
The
yes,
one who made my dreams come true.
yes I did.
And when my life is through, I still recall the thrill of it all.
Me too. I'll never forget the night you did fall
For you.
and me.
This is very important. It may seem very simple, but you see, you have the camera on. I
do,
want
I
to show
do, I
you
do.
for the American audience and the European. The white man may not know as well. This is the magic substance, yeah. Can you get that to close up?
Yes, I am.
see?
I'm getting close. Oh,
This
very
is
close.
very, very personally produced by a man who lived in a cave for 20 years, meditating on how to make this well, and then he gave it to me last night.
Yes.
So the main thing, we can put the whole thing in and we just smoke them completely, finito. Woo-hoo. That's it. That's called one tree curare. But because we are taking together and I don't want anyone to go crazy in my presence, we're going to make a little tiny balls.
I think
Each one is a separate universe unto itself. And then we place them in the bowl in a nice disorder. Nothing too whirly about it, just let's keep just dropping them in like cherries in a bowl. But no whipped cream on this. And then you just smoke it. Oh God, that's a big one. Hey. Okay, the rest of it I cannot show because I have made a vow of silence, and my guru will be very angry
Okay.
that I even have shown so much to you. So, I don't actually smoke. I mean, I'm making that as a joke, of course, and you take it in a way with a half smile, but I mean, to say that I have smoked a lot, But usually I only smoke when other people are smoking, and then I'm offered. I would be embarrassed to refuse, just as the Buddha accepted that, treacherous pork chop that killed him, out of politeness.
Yes.
I don't think that would be a good defense in an American court,
No.
but maybe in The Hague, they would see my point of view. Okay, that's enough. We don't want to expose all our personal habits and private digressions.
Okay.
People are suspicious enough without encouraging them in their suspicions, frankly. They should only look more at themselves in the mirror, if you ask me. Not that you have asked, but... Okay. Bomb! This is for Shiva. He was not a bum, but it may be a bomb.